The midday sun beat down on the tarmac. Sophie Dubois, a celebrated pilot for Dubois Aviation, strode confidently through Nice-Côte d'Azur airport. Her latest flight had gone flawlessly. A wave of exhaustion washed over her, a familiar feeling after hours in the cockpit. But before she could reach the comfort of the private lounge, a hand clamped down on her shoulder. Two officers, their faces grim, stood before her. "Sophie Dubois," one barked, "you are under arrest." The accusation hung in the air: industrial espionage. Sophie's mind reeled. It was absurd. She had dedicated her life to Dubois Aviation, the company her family had built. Yet here she was, publicly accused, her reputation on the line. The click of handcuffs echoed through the terminal, a stark counterpoint to the murmur of bewildered onlookers. The police station was a cold, sterile place. The interrogation room smelled faintly of stale coffee and desperation. Sophie, stripped of her dignity and freedom, maintained her innocence. She answered every question, her voice unwavering. But the evidence, fabricated and damning, painted a different picture. Days bled into nights. The weight of the accusations pressed down on her, threatening to crush her spirit. Hope flickered dimly, fueled by a steely resolve. Sophie refused to be broken. She clung to the belief that the truth, like a beacon in the darkness, would ultimately guide her way home. Prison was a stark contrast to the boundless freedom of the sky. The cell was cramped, the air thick with despair, but amidst the grim reality a glimmer of hope emerged. An inmate, her eyes filled with a strange knowing, recognized Sophie. "You're the Dubois heiress," she whispered, her voice raspy. "They're setting you up." The woman spoke of whispers, of a conspiracy that ran deep within Dubois Aviation. Someone wanted Sophie out of the picture, someone who stood to gain from her downfall. The pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. Sophie remembered the odd behavior of Pierre Lefebvre, the interim CEO, his hunger for power palpable. His eyes, she recalled, held a glint of something dark, something predatory. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Sophie threw herself into uncovering the truth. She spent hours poring over company documents smuggled into her cell, searching for any shred of evidence that could clear her name. The more she dug, the more she realized the depth of Lefebvre's treachery. He had been systematically selling company secrets, enriching himself at the expense of Dubois Aviation. The weight of her family's legacy settled on her shoulders. Sophie vowed to fight not just for her freedom, but for the very soul of Dubois Aviation. The truth, once buried under layers of deceit, began to surface. Sophie, with the help of a sympathetic guard, managed to contact Inspector Moreau, a detective known for his unwavering commitment to justice. Intrigued by Sophie's claims and the mounting evidence, Moreau launched a clandestine investigation. He discovered a trail of shell corporations and secret offshore accounts, all leading back to Lefebvre. The walls were closing in. Lefebvre, sensing the game was up, made a desperate attempt to flee the country. But justice, like a hawk swooping down on its prey, was swift. Moreau apprehended Lefebvre at Charles de Gaulle Airport, a private jet waiting to whisk him away to a life of luxury built on betrayal. The news of Lefebvre's arrest sent shockwaves through Dubois Aviation. The man who had presented himself as a savior, a guardian of their legacy, was nothing more than a common thief. The company, shaken to its core, teetered on the brink. But amidst the uncertainty, a new leader emerged. Cleared of all charges, Sophie walked free. The ordeal had tested her spirit, pushing her to the edge of despair, but it had also forged within her an unyielding strength. The board of directors, recognizing her unwavering integrity and sharp business acumen, unanimously appointed her president of Dubois Aviation. Sophie stepped into her new role with a clear vision. She implemented sweeping reforms, prioritizing transparency and ethical conduct. She understood that trust, once broken, had to be rebuilt, brick by brick. Under her leadership, Dubois Aviation not only recovered but soared to new heights. Sophie's journey from accused pilot to company president was a testament to her resilience and unwavering commitment to justice. She had stared into the abyss and emerged stronger, her spirit unbroken. The sky, once a symbol of her shattered dreams, now represented the limitless possibilities that lay ahead. Sophie Dubois, her name cleared and her spirit soaring, had finally come home.